Canada.
Canada.
What's going on, man? We're live. Nathan, how's it
Yes,
going?
sir. Not
Welcome
much.
back to the Can-Am Connection. We just hit the live button, so we are a few minutes behind, but whatever. Here we are. And rocking and rolling. I'm still recovering. I am
Exhausted. Yeah.
still
908 or 908, right?
9:08. And
Mm.
I'm waiting for this thing to actually show us as being live.
Uh-oh.
I'm double
It
checking
shows
over on the
I'm s-
channel.
I'm looking at the top left corner
There
of
we
mine.
go.
There we go.
There we go. We'll see who tunes in today because we only fired this up this morning. And yeah,
But but yeah, man, 908 entries. That's awesome.
908 entries at a national championship. Started off, we do the Saturday, we do the Masters, Grandmasters, disabled youth, all that stuff. And it went pretty well. Followed that up with a referee clinic. So I started the morning early and ended it. We did our final testing at about 12:30. So it was a
So
long
you guys did the written exam and then the comprehensive or whatever it is. However you
written
do it.
exam. There's like a refereeing 101 that we do,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go on and
Make them
do all the tests,
the
make them do the
scenarios
practical,
for
and then
practical.
the test for level 4, which is master in Canada,
Yeah. Hmm.
is oh, look at this guy right here.
Hey, that's not Arizona.
No,
Where is that?
the Pacific Northwest, Washington State.
There you go.
I say climate wise, it's a little nicer in Arizona right now.
It's cold here. It only gets to
Dude,
95 here.
it's. I think the last 3 days in a row in Texas, our heat index has been like 109 to 110. So for Ryan, that's like 41 Celsius.
Yeah, I know both.
Okay.
Canadians are expected to know both. We're also expected to know miles per hour and all that crazy stuff.
Kilos, all the good stuff.
What's the
Yeah.
topic, boys?
Well, we were talking about nationals and how long the tournament was and how big the tournament was. 908 entries, and you guys had a
Yes,
nationals down there too, right?
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Yeah,
Yeah. How'd that go?
nobody knows.
no idea.
What do you mean
I don't
nobody
know.
knows?
I'm
I think
serious. No,
I think Simon made a post today, but I don't think he posted how many entries.
I don't
Okay.
think. I don't think I haven't seen any results of who
Nope.
qualified, who hasn't qualified. I haven't seen anything posted about the number of entries, anything.
Well, we had a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 908. If you take every national the United States has a year, it doesn't even come close to 908. I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys want to talk about the Canadian nationals?
I have a
Any classes?
question.
Yeah.
The classes are the WAF classes. They're every 5 kilos, except then you got 110 and then 110 above.
Yeah.
With juniors or masters, grandmasters, everything,
So yeah,
Everything.
everything.
We don't do juniors. We don't
Okay.
do juniors. So it's up to 18. But next
There's
year,
sub juniors or whatever is what is it? 21.
well, there's our classes, the way that our constitution is written is they're based off the WAF classes, but promoters, there are certain ones that are mandatory and the other ones can be added. So let's say a promoter next year wants to add the ultra grand masters, they could do that.
Okay.
gotcha.
Yeah.
There's a
But
couple things
but
I noticed. Sorry. Go ahead, Tim.
no, I was just gonna say, but you have the minimum classes are your standard WAF classes, but you're to add a extra WAF class or what?
It could happen, yeah. But we wouldn't add like wouldn't add one that's not a WAF class. So we wouldn't say like the high fives doing their 275 class. We wouldn't
Right.
just throw that into a national championships. I mean we could, but we'd have to vote on it at an AGM and change our rule set basically.
Right.
So it's unlikely.
There was something I noticed about the Nationals. You had that one guy pulling multiple weight classes. I didn't know that was allowed there.
One, he can go up one.
But you can pull both, right?
Yeah.
Because I know, like at WAF, right, you can only pull one weight class, which is why like Alejandro pulled 100 kilos right-handed, and then he'll pull the open weight left-handed. So I didn't know if you guys went by that too, or
Yeah. So the guy from BC, which I think is from the Ukraine, pulled both the 110 and 110 plus.
didn't he win both?
He did. He beat Pork Chop in the 110 plus.
That was controversial.
Oh my gosh,
Was
that's
it
when
though?
that's when I turned national. That's when I turned off watching your guys' nationals.
Well,
because I was watching on the wrong channel.
There, if you want to, I was gonna say, I don't know if anybody saw it, but if you go to, not to cut everybody off, but I was watching it yesterday. If you want just the clear cut matches of the Nationals, I saw it's on. Let me find it here. There's a YouTube. There's a YouTube. Be Strong Arm Wrestling has all the Canadian Nationals finals. So it's a 18, almost 19-minute long video. So you can go watch that and see all the finals matches from I think Saturday or Sunday from the open weights.
How was his angle? The Be
It was
Strong.
good.
How was his angle on the controversial match?
So he used, from what I remember, he used two different angles. He used the one from Devon's, but you cannot see the elbow foul. Like you can't. But
Like impossible to see it, or it wasn't.
It wasn't like I couldn't see it. Like I slowed it down at that exact moment and still couldn't see it. And you guys know as well as I do, being referees, that like if the camera footage isn't decisive, it goes to the call that the referee made. It's just that simple. Like
unless there is, the referee says I may have made a mistake.
Yes.
Then they would have given them the rematch. But if well, let's preface this because some of the folks in here aren't going to know what the hell we're talking about. So there's a final match between Pork Chop and the BC guy, and I don't remember his name. Oleg, I think.
Yeah, it's Oleg or something like that. Yeah.
And he was in control, like he had Pork Chop's hand taken. They were in the strap. He looked quite comfortable, if I'm being honest. And there was a call of a foul, and it was the second foul. And he lost. Pork Chop lost the match. He was already on the B side. Now, interestingly enough, I had refereed those two guys together earlier, and I had fouled out Pork Chop in the match as well. But they were clear. Like he was actually. There were probably other fouls I could have called because there was a lot of messing around in referee's grip. But one time I called it coincidentally. They're both screwing around, reset it, and Pork Chop actually had two significant elbow fouls in the match I refereed. They came back. Pork Chop's on the B side. Ole's on the right, or on the A side, and he is just like we described. One foul gets called, they restart. Another foul gets called. Match is over. Canadian champion is declared. Now, I want to know from your guys' perspective. Well, let's first say there was a protest. So in the finals of the national championship, you can protest. The protest relies on a video that's being shot down from above towards the arm wrestling table. Unfortunately, Earl Wilson is the downside referee. So you've got this big guy in front of the camera.
And he was probably hovering the table.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lower stage for the downside ref. But still, I mean, if Earl moves his head over to see that elbow, now you're shooting the back of Earl's head and the camera can't see what's happening. So the call was upheld after the protest. And I felt like I was in an NFL game because, Dave Knox was up at the cameras, or up at the monitors. Rick Pinckney's on the phone with him down on the stage talking about it. And the call was upheld. And then,
is that what it was called? An elbow foul? He thought there was an elbow, but it wasn't called?
No, the elbow foul was called.
And he thought he didn't elbow foul.
And Pork Chop says he did not elbow foul.
Okay.
Now, every elbow foul I called, I think they said they didn't elbow foul.
Makes
mean,
sense.
Yeah.
So, but some of them were, very, very clear.
I never elbow foul ever.
Neither do I.
I don't either.
Not ever. So someone in the crowd takes it upon herself to make a huge
Ordeal.
this on a live feed. And it's not lost on me that maybe if that live feed wasn't going on, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But we start to get the crowd escalated, and all of a sudden the crowd is chanting, "Let them pull, let them pull." The arm wrestlers come back to the table saying, "We want to have pull." Now, I will ask you guys this question. We are at a national championships with strict rules. The match is over. Do you let them pull? And if so, do you let them pull for a national title?
Nope.
No.
The call's called. At that point, if you let them pull, everything you just refed is out the door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes
you imagine your day after that match was over with every other match in the championship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
Agreed.
what you let them dictate what you're doing.
And we were calling.
I don't care if it's a national. You ain't doing that at my event. Any of my events. That's just you're not. That's letting pullers and people dictate your reffing and your staff.
Now, that was made a whole lot worse than it maybe should have been because the referee engaged.
Yeah, he screwed up. That was the way I used a different word, but yeah, he definitely made a bad decision with that one.
Yeah. And he knew that immediately when things like he threw that little 5 gallons of gas directly onto the fire and watched it go.
Can't say none of us has ever let the best get to us at a tournament.
No, and really, I mean, what he did was, was it professional? No.
Accept it and moved on. Accept what you did was wrong and move on.
Yeah. And don't try to explain it because there's no explanation.
Yeah.
I mean, the explanation is there already because an elbow foul is an elbow foul. You call it at the Nationals. It costs you the match. There you go. I will tell you that a lot of arm wrestlers were a lot harder to set up than others. Some of the most legendary guys in the sport, Denis Dubray shows up and he puts his arm on the table. All I got to do is touch the back of his wrist and he straightens up and I can say go. Guys like that, John Terrian, who is relatively new but an outstanding arm wrestler that's been everywhere lately, comes and just grips up, thumb knuckle showing, wrist straight, nothing. It's when you get these competitive matches, guys are screwing around. Pork Chop's got a thumb that's about 1/10 of an inch long and pulls it down while he's setting up. And you're trying to referees grip these two guys.
What are you trying to say about people with small thumbs, Ryan?
It's a huge advantage.
It is. Like, I have a tiny thumb. But do you think that is a product of, I mean, I don't think it is. I know it's a product of social media today and people trying to emulate certain individuals, right? Like, that are just complete, utter Nazis in the setup.
Well, yes. Also, there is a clear, I noticed that a lot of the Quebec people, the arm wrestlers from Quebec, where there isn't a huge referee presence. So you have a lot of these clubs, they train their asses off, they come, and sometimes they don't understand that, a referee's grip at the Nationals, the referees close everything. So if someone went up to the table and they put their hand up and I say, close your hand, and or if I'm going to say, you want your thumb capped or uncapped, and they tell me capped, and then they put their thumb down. Well, I'm just going to, the leeway I gave was I open them back up and I say, I will set your thumbs and your fingers. That's the leeway that I gave at the national championships, which technically is a foul. But it was very clear that a lot of these athletes had not trained in referee's grip. I did give away a ton of fouls in referee's grip because as soon as you close someone's fingers, they're doing this. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, I think that's a common thing nowadays, Tim. You can probably attest to that as well. Like, I find that everywhere that I ref, like, I'm always fouling people way more than I should be in a referee's group because everybody just wants to, screw around and
Yeah.
yeah,
It's about like what I started doing. It's mainly for amateurs, but still pros as well. Is being just so dumb transparent of looking them right in the eye, cap or uncap. I will close your hands. Like it's literally just like stilling it into their mind, so we don't have these slow matches. And because then after that, they've been warned.
yeah, I've
You
been
know what I
doing it
mean?
you do the rules. I mean, we've all done rules before a tournament, and like now, I make sure to tell people like there's two main things I tell people. A, the buckle does not dictate tightness because for some reason people got in their head that the buckle is everything and they
they
get to
do.
decide. And the second thing I tell them too is like, I don't care if you're, pros especially, like we will close your thumbs. Like if you close your thumb in a ref grip after we set your shoulders and elbow and we tell you don't move, that's a foul. Like you're getting fouled. I don't
Yeah,
care. Like if you can't go to a world level competition, at a world level competition, you're not closing your own thumb. So
yeah. Well, the good part is we certified a ton of referees from Quebec this weekend, so hopefully they will take some of their knowledge back and start teaching these clubs how to do that properly and not get fouled out. And here is the issue again, where we have all these leagues that are with different rule sets, because a lot of times, even in small events that are unsanctioned, they do close their own thumb,
yep.
or the referees are holding the wrists and they're closing their own fingers.
Yeah.
So there's a
Yeah.
clear lack of understanding, and
Was that
Yeah,
a
you
2 day?
start
That was a 2 day event, right?
2-day event. Yeah, it's a lot of arm wrestling, a lot of arm
How many?
wrestling.
4 tables?
5 tables.
5.
We did 5 tables all day Saturday, which was a bigger event than the Open. And then on Sunday we did 4 tables, so we had 2 extra referees to spell people out for breaks.
Nice.
Yeah, but we just went constantly, and yeah, a couple of long days. Next year's nationals will probably be smaller because a lot of that size of nationals has to be attributed to Quebec and how many arm wrestlers they just have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you with it being, where it was this year and next year being in Regina, like how much smaller do you think it'll be?
It's Regina.
Regina, sorry.
I thought it was in. I thought it was in Alberta next year.
Nope, Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh,
Then we do not have the next one after that booked yet.
So
maybe that's the one they were trying to get. Anthony was telling me they were trying to get one. I think.
so I have a question, Ryan.
Yes.
So, did you see the press release that Mexico has now gone IFA?
My question to that is
Well,
Is
not
it
all of Mexico.
was it the previous organization that was part of WAF that switched, or is this
that?
a
Yeah,
new organization?
because the reason I was asking that is with, you guys this year, you had to travel to Mexico to try to qualify for WAF Worlds. Let's say hypothetically, it was the WAF part that went IFA. Does that mean now that Canada will hold its own qualifier?
Okay. I don't know how to answer that question completely. So all I can tell you is what I've heard, because that organization, I'm not sure what they're doing completely. So TCAF, they're going to do some kind of qualifier. I'm not sure if that, like, they were talking about a point system, which I thought was, strange, because now you can just essentially, by attending enough tournaments, you can get your way into worlds. Whereas before
Yeah.
it was one qualifier, you place top two, you go. Plain and simple. That's the way it is. So the answer is I don't know. I don't know which one they're doing, and I don't know if the North Americans will still be down there in Mexico. What they want to do with that, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just, you know what I mean? It's for me, just speaking, like, I mean, we have our one here in the United States, right? For me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for you guys to have to travel, to a completely different country to qualify for Worlds when you're not going to be representing Mexico. You're going to be representing Canada at Worlds.
That's right. So how do you like? What if you place 10th, but you're the best Canadian? Do you still get to go?
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's kind of counterintuitive, right?
Seems a little weird, but I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I think that there's a part of Mexico that went IFA, and
Uh-oh. There he is.
we
You there?
lost him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's because they went PAL, and it's not everybody. There's still WAF there.
Yeah.
I
Just
know
two
because we're putting on a tournament next year in Puerto Vallarta. Armed Sports Entertainment is. So
No kidding.
yeah,
I need to know about that because
it's going to be pretty big.
Puerto Vallarta is a lot better destination than Mexico City.
Yeah, we're going down the week of August 25th to finalize our venue right on the beach.
Hey,
All
Ted,
yeah.
spin your camera sideways and put it back up because we can't see you. There you go.
I could see him.
I could see like a sliver of his dome.
Yeah, it'll be an all-inclusive resort. There'll be a kids side, like a family side, and then an adults only side. Like 10 restaurants on the property. It'll be pretty cool.
Cool.
Is it going to be in the winter?
We were talking about doing it close to the winter time for people.
Oh, that would be wild, man.
Gets them down to the sunshine. It's still about 85 degrees down there.
That would be perfect.
Yep.
I will be there if you do it. Is it an IFA tournament or a WAF tournament or neither?
It's an Armed Sports Entertainment tournament.
Okay. So affiliated with
Armed Sports Entertainment.
And nobody else.
Nope.
Did you see our awesome ref shirts Tim got us for Arizona State?
No.
Hold on, I'll grab mine. No, I'll show you. No tank tops.
No?
No, it'll be pretty good. It's going to be a lot of. I got Greg Brown is one of the main guys that are helping me do it. I don't know if you know Greg Brown TV on YouTube. He has a bunch of family that lives there. Man, we got almost as one of our sponsors. We're looking at Bud Light, some other. I mean, it's turning to be pretty damn big.
So yeah, see, we got our awesome AFC, and even it says in the black there, it's got AS in the black. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's pretty cool. Definitely an awesome record.
Show it again.
I was gonna say Ryan didn't look at the screen one time.
There you go. So you can see our awesome Arm Sport ones, and then like I was saying, in all the black, it's hard to see, but there's a gray Arm Sport. You might be able to slightly see it. Yeah, so like all the black has a gray inlay of AS.
Show the bottom of it.
Oh.
Very nice.
And you get your name printed on the back, like you're fancy and stuff. So.
Yeah, I dig it. Now I'm trying to find a match list
for East vs. West.
This is the one thing that always.
Oh yeah, that's on Saturday.
I got it. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Well, I actually went to the Core Sports website today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
And the website's down.
I'm on the app.
Okay. Well, I have the list.
Okay.
You guys ready? Who's keeping track?
I guess I can.
Perfect.
Let me find a pencil.
Where's Jody?
Jody's sleeping, man. He worked late and needs his beauty sleep.
Man, I would never be late to one of these things.
No, I know. Me neither.
I know. Wait, what? Hold on, Tim. All right,
So anyway, what do you guys think about the just to be a little controversial here? What did you guys think of the outburst and the back and forth between the competitor and the referee, or the spectator and the referee?
It could have been handled. It should have been handled better. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say none of us have ever had banter with a spectator before, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say, obviously that could have been handled better. But at the same time, I feel like the person yelling out, "Why are you deciding what if it's for the medal or not?" Like,
Well, the criticism was, "It's all about you, Mr. Referee. It's all about you." Those were the
yeah,
comments, and I thought,
yeah, it was not it to me like it. You have to expect something like that from certain individuals at this
now
point, right?
I did see the aftermath of that too, where we're all getting our pictures taken as referees, and Jody is taking some kind of mocking picture with her in it in front of us at the same time. So we'll see what comes out about that. But
You know, I
Would
think.
the referee
Good.
have acted that way if it was a different spectator?
this particular one, probably.
All right.
If they were being that loud, yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, not only that, but she got up and ran to the stage to do the protest too, with Portland.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, so she got up out of her
She
seat. Yeah,
she paid for the protest.
yeah. Got up out of her seat, and I thought you had to have a team captain to do that.
She didn't come on the stage.
No, I know she didn't, but I'm saying though, like, I thought that Worlds, like, I don't know, this is nationals, but like, if you're a United States competitor, you have to have your United States team captain there when you do the protest.
The most important thing is you don't leave the table. So
Yeah.
he paid the fee, stayed at the table. I'm not sure. I think a team captain must have come up and represented him during the protest. He just the original person that whipped out their money and threw it on the stage was Jody. So
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I guess at this point you can't really expect anything else. I mean, it's kind of seems to
yeah,
happen every time certain people are around.
yes,
no comment.
I suppose Tim is taking no comment.
He's pleading the fifth.
All right, let's go through these matches this weekend.
Okay.
Oh, boy, I'm not prepared.
All we got to do is make a pick.
No
I
rules.
know. I was gonna say this is one that like I heard months ago about a bunch of matches and stuff, but like lately I haven't paid attention to it.
Well, this is the
Maybe the
original
big
one
ones.
where this is the one where Devin was supposed to be in the main event and pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
And
At the 115 class,
yeah,
Yeah.
who was he supposed to pull?
Daddy
Daddy
Con.
Khan.
Dadicon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start? You got the list?
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
got the list. Well, Artem versus Tom. Artem Taranenko versus Tom Rositz. We got that one. Left arm.
I don't think it's close.
Who do you think's got it?
I think Tom's destroyed Artem.
Oof, I don't know.
I'm picking Tom's. And here's the reason: like, Tom's got to win left-handed.
Is he a Latvian?
Yes.
That's why you're picking him.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just Tom's is a different level than Artem. I'm sorry, like, like, it's hard
3-2.
to.
3-2 Artem.
Wow.
I'm going with Artem as well. I'm not going to
I'm-
give you a number. I'm just going to tell you Artem wins it.
Yep.
Tom's for me.
I mean, if the styles are what people have told me, and who's pulled who, and who's lost to who, and who's beat who, it should be Artem. He has the win on the guy who beat Tom. And that's recent. So I don't
Who?
know. The guy from Sweden who pulled at the Challenger Series, who pulled Andre Shark.
There you go.
That guy beat Tom's like 3 months ago or 4 months ago, and then Artem beat him like 2 months ago. So I don't know.
All right, let's blast through these because there's a lot. Carolina Peterson versus Olga Terpilova.
Carolina.
Carolina.
We're all taking Kato.
Adam Wierzinski versus Vladimir Moirov. I don't know how to say that name, but
Mairov.
yeah, that's what.
Adam with the sweep.
Nathan.
I'm going with Mairov. I'm going with
I'll go with Adam. I think he's due. Dimitrina Petrova versus.
You forgot this. Forgot the Chance and Ibrahim.
What?
I think I have the order pulled up. We have Chance Shaw versus Ibrahim Segov.
Okay, we'll go with your list.
Chance and Ibrahim. So you have a top roller versus a pure press bowler.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Ibrahim gave Todd Hutchings hell too. So
Who is it?
Ibrahim Sagov and Chance Shaw.
Chance. Sweet.
Chance is coming down in weight too. So
What is it? A 115?
I think so. I think it's I think so.
Well, I don't know if Chance is going to make
Well,
that.
the thing is, Ibrahim's smaller than that.
What is that? 251?
Yeah, I think. But remember, Saigoff pulled Todd Hutchings at 105.
I'm going to go with Chance.
All right, well, I'll take Saigoff then.
Chance.
Right.
When I saw Chance in Florida, he didn't look far off of. He was probably 265. That's not bad.
Now it's Dimitrina Petrova and Ayane Takanaka.
Oh yeah, Takanaga.
I'm gonna take Dimitrina. I'm gonna take Petrova.
Petrova as well.
Yeah.
Tim's not doing his.
Here's an interesting one. Prokopchik and Bajadir Semyonov.
Bojarar.
Prokopchik.
I'm taking Daniel as well.
Yeah, me too.
All of us are taking Daniel.
Yeah.
It's hard to bet against that dude.
Isn't that a rematch too? Haven't they pulled before?
So yes. So last time they pulled, Daniel had a pretty good fight in round 1 of the tournament, and he ended up losing to Baji in the finals.
Right.
But Daniel also had, like I said, a hard match before that. So
they both got crazy endurance.
Yeah, I just think Daniel's is better.
But it's What's the weight and what version of Daniel's coming in? Is it a WAF version or East versus West version? A big difference.
Yeah, I think it's 77 kilos is the weight cap.
Yeah.
Artem Tainov and Betkili Oniani. Mind you, this is left-handed for the title. Remember, Tainov beat Sasho for the title.
I'm going with Betkili.
It's a good bet.
Who is it?
Betkili Oniani and Artem Tainov.
Artem.
It's a coin flip for me. Artem has that hit. I just don't know if Betkili's going to
hit.
But
strong.
I'm going to take Artem as well.
Not at. Well, I guess once we get into the main matches here, we get some more North American representation.
All right, here we go. Here's the first North American. Travis Bajent and Sergey Kalyanchenko, right-handed.
You already had like 3 North Americans you already announced. What do you mean first?
Yeah, no, Warzinski. I know. Okay, sorry.
Adam.
Match.
Travis Bajent versus Sergey Kalyanchenko, right-handed.
Never heard of him.
Travis was a sweep.
You never heard of Kalyanchenko?
No, I heard of Kalyanchenko.
I was like, what? Who are you taking, Ryan?
You know what? I'm going to go with a hard bet here. I'm going to say Travis Bajent.
Is that recorded? Is this being recorded?
This is recorded.
Y'all are putting a lot of faith in Travis's right hand, and I'm sorry.
Did you go with Travis?
He did.
You ever met him?
Who, Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came out to Danny's like 3 months ago, and
then you should know why he's gonna win.
Yeah, well, I'm taking Kalyanchenko.
Sometimes strength does not win you the battle, my friend.
I understand that, but I just don't think I'm going with Sergey.
You know what? If you lose this time, Nathan,
I don't care.
You're on a skid, man.
We got a side bet on this one.
No, we haven't side betted that one.
We got €2.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Now another title match. Ready? Barbora versus Egla.
Oh, this is a tough one for me.
It's not for me. I think Barbora just starches her.
Man, me and Nathan are playing opposite day. I got Igla.
You know what? I feel like Egla. Yep.
Yeah, I think she studied the shit out of this, and she's gonna
All
gonna outsmart her.
She improved dramatically
Yeah,
in the last few outings.
she
Yeah, she
got
looked
pretty
great.
pissed off. She got pretty pissed off on her comeback match, and she kicked back into gear.
Yeah,
I
she
think-
lost bad to Gabby, and then beat Sarah Bachman really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's like trying to show people, she's not
Yeah.
forgotten. She's ready.
Yeah. All right, ready for the next one? We have the hook battle: Todd Hutchings and Crosby.
Oh my. Well,
You know, I mean, we all know where it's going.
is Crossy embraced the East versus West lifestyle? We do not know that. But I will
say it's 4th of July weekend.
You're taking Todd.
I'm going to go different. I'm going to say Crossy.
Well, I mean,
Todd is the favorite, but Crossy is.
Todd has beaten every Bulgarian he's pulled so far.
Until now.
Is Crosby the one?
Until now.
And how long has it been since Todd's pulled?
It's been a while because remember he messed up his hand in that 3-wheeler accident. Right?
And I heard he's been doing nothing but just training with Paul Talbot. Like he's got to be super strong right now.
Who'd you take?
I'm taking Crosby.
Ooh, you flipped.
All right, ready? Here's the next one.
Nathan must not celebrate 4th of July or some shit.
He's not into 4th of July. No.
I don't think I've picked an American yet.
No.
Oh, what's going on? You're out of Americans to pick now. You didn't pick a single one.
Nope. All right, Evgeny Prudnik and Irakli Zarakashvili right-handed.
I think that's the match of the night.
I think Prudnik wins the match. I think Prudnik's hand is going to be super dominant in this match.
Oh, you guys. I'm taking Irakli.
I've never picked, even against an American, I've never picked against Irakli, and I'm not going to start today. I think he's one of the brightest futures of what we have in arm wrestling.
Yeah.
He's the ideal arm wrestler. His body type, I mean, he reminds you of like a in the shape RBJ back in the day. No legs, just straight upper body. It's a V. I mean,
the one thing he doesn't have though that RBJ has is that huge bear paw.
It's still a big hand. It's not as big as RBJ's, but he got a big hand. By far stronger hand than RBJ.
The reason, so I'll give you some reason I'm taking Prudnik. If you look at the way that Todd Hutchings beat Irakli, right? And this is at the same weight too, mind you. This is up a weight class, so they're pulling, I think, at 115 and not 105. So,
really?
Yes. Yeah, they're not pulling for the 105 or the 95 belt. I think they're pulling at like 105. So they're pulling up 2 weight classes.
I wouldn't think this would be above a 105.
Sorry, that's what I meant. So Irakli is a 95 champ, right? And they're pulling at 105.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 115. I'm like,
sorry.
Is above 105 in this match?
Sorry, I meant 105. Well, I mean, Prudnik can make 115. Prudnik can make 115. He pulled Devin at 115.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you were saying 115, I was going to go with Prudnik because it's probably huge.
No, sorry, it's 105. So I mean, it's still going to be a big Prudnik. Yeah. I mean, he crushed Todd Hutchings at 105, and Hutchings beat, I don't want to say Irakli comfortably, but
look what Irakli did to John.
But would Prudnik do that to John, though, is the question.
Side bet on this one, guys. Side bet.
No.
Come on.
Prudnik's not doing that to John's hand like Irakli did to John's hand. No chance.
All right.
I got $2 US on this one.
All right. So we'll just call it an even 5 then.
Perfect. That's about right.
All right. All right. Next match: Daddy Can and Petro Margaret.
Daddy Can sweep.
Yeah, I think that's a Daddy Can.
Yep.
I think he's a freak.
Yep.
And then next match, this is the one I'm super excited about. I think this is match of the night personally. David Samushia and Sasha Andreev at 85 kilos. Sasha coming
Samushia.
down.
Samushia.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nobody giving Sasha his due?
No, I've picked him in the past and always lost.
You know what?
like
Sasha it is.
Like I told you guys on the last 20 prediction shows, how you gonna root against someone who's never fucking lost?
I'm going with Sasha then.
You're going with Sasha. Nathan,
Yeah.
you're going to get crushed this time, I think.
Or either that or I'm going to be really right. One of the two.
No.
But
you will get excited because he'll have like 2 wins and then all of a sudden, bloop, lost 3-2.
Yeah.
You better calm down, sir.
What happens every time.
What else we got?
Final match. The big guys.
Yeah, the one we would care a lot more about it if it was left-handed.
Artem Morozov and Vitaly Leletin on the right.
I'd rather see it left-handed.
Why is that not a left-handed match?
I think the winner of this match pulls Levon. Right-handed is the way they have it set up.
But
why?
So they're setting it up for Leletin to win.
Well, I mean, I think Vitaly beats him left-handed too.
Well, but they're definitely like this should be Leletin all day long on the right arm.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Where's Jerry at?
Vitaly, I mean, he's pulling. Why can I think of his name? I'm drawing a blank at the moment. The Polish guy at the next East vs. West in Orlando.
I thought he was pulling Vitaly.
No, he was slated to pull Vitaly, and then he talked to Ingen about, hey, East vs. West is going to be here. I want to pull on the one in Florida, so they set up.
Which Polish guy? Kurdecha?
Kurdecha, yeah, he's pulling Kurdecha at the next East vs. West in August.
I mean, whatever they do, nobody should get a shot at Levon unless they go through Jerry.
But Jerry hasn't won a match lately. He lost his last match.
I thought we were going about Styles against Levon. That's the one that can beat him, though.
Is it?
Yes.
It might be the only one.
It might be the only one.
But I don't
not necessarily. Because every time I've seen Levon lose, it's been to a hook.
When the hell have you seen Levon lose?
When you got to go back to like Euros and WAF. But
when Levon was about to lose, the closest person to about to beat him was Hermes, and it was in a flop wrist press.
It's a totally different flop wrist press, though.
Yeah, his is 10 times stronger.
I mean, if that's the case, you could say Camille has a better chance then, because I think
Camille's
not right-handed.
Because I think Camille's press is better than Jerry's.
No.
Oh, I don't know, man.
No.
So who are y'all taking? I took Vitaly.
Of course, taking Vitaly. I don't.
Morozov, 3-2.
Oh my God.
Get the Terminator warmed up.
I mean, now that he's back on, I mean, it's hard to say because.
What are you gonna say there, Nathan?
Huh?
Where are you gonna go with that?
He sewed that hole in his stomach, and now he's good to go to pump it back up.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you call that? Young and dumb and full of something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Morozov.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there's much to break down, man. I think Weston's going right, like he's going to dominate that match right-handed.
So here's the question then: if we're talking about who faces more, Levon next, do you have the winner of Vitaly and Morozov pull the winner of Jerry and Kurdecha?
1,000,000%. You have to. Yep, and it's probably gonna be.
We lost him again.
Well, we'll wait for Tim to come back after he's. But I think it depends. What kind of schedule does Levon want to have in the next little while? Does he want to pull 2 guys in the next year? Or does he want to pull 1?
You could also, yeah, that's for sure, because you think you have this match in August, right? Then you have to have another match between, let's say, hypothetically, you have the match between the winner and the winner. When is that going to be? You're looking at possibly November. So then you wouldn't have Levon pulling again at all this year.
Well, here's what I think is going to happen. You ready? Letten comes out of this unscathed. Unscathed. You hear that, Tim?
Nope.
Letten is going to come out of this match completely healthy and unscathed, and it will set up the Levon match.
They have to. The winners have to face each other probably at the next KOT.
Well, you heard what I said, right, Tim? Like, if you have this match July 6th, then you have the match August, what is it? Whatever it is. Then when do you have them pull? November? Because you got to give them 12 weeks or so minimum.
Well, I'm hearing through the grapevine that the next KOT is getting skipped in September and going in December.
Okay, so then you don't have Levon pulling again at all this year.
No.
So why don't you just do the winner of this match, gets him right-handed, keep him active?
I think they finally make Levon pull left-handed soon. And I think that could happen in December.
But I mean, I don't see how you can have a guy win a match and then not defend his title at all that year, the rest of that year.
Got to build the storyline. It's all about the money. You can't just slap it in there. It has to be a storyline to it.
There is a storyline with him and Vitali because last time they pulled at top 8, Levon won. So it was just Vitali's redemption.
Yeah, Levon's arguably gotten better than at a more.
So when's the next East versus West after August?
It hasn't been announced. Probably. Yeah.
Normally November.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know, it's really going to depend on who wins.
I think it depends on who wins and how easy it is for them.
It has to be because there has to be because of where some things are happening. It has to be determined on who wins and if it's going to be an East versus West or King of the Table. There's going to be a lot of factors in the back end of where that match has to be for money-wise. And if certain people win, they probably can't pull at certain places. So who knows when the bond will pull? Depending on who wins is what it's going to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables.
Who do you guys think wins between Jerry and Kurdecha?
I think it's a hard day for both, personally.
It's a long match.
I'm considering that Kurdecha has access to train with Camille for that match.
I definitely see Kurdecha having a lane where he can just get into it and give Jerry tons of hell. I mean, because he showed against Morozov that he has a rock solid hook. I mean, granted, that was the left hand, right? But his hook's not weak. And so we have to assume that it's just as good on the right. So,
yeah, Jerry in the U.S. That's a better match than Jerry in Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, but Alex has been to the U.S. enough to where he's smart.
Oh yeah,
I think Alex is smart enough to come over here, a week or 2 weeks early, acclimate.
2 weeks, easy. Yep.
Yeah, And
where was he? He was just in Canada, right? He was just up there for about a month.
Yeah, he was up there for a little while.
Yep.
So I think it's a 50-50. I would give the slight edge to Kurdecha in the match, like 55-45, personally.
If Jerry's healthy, I would never bet against Jerry.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there are too many.
The only time I'm not even going to go there.
When he gets pneumonia in a car crash and loses his passport? Is that what you're referring to?
Do you hear about the hard luck when he wins?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think there's too many things. I think Alex is fast enough and strong enough in this position, kind of like what Hermes did to Jerry, to where he can possibly, I said possibly, I'm not saying he can, take Jerry out of his lane this way, same way Morozov, same way Matyushenko did to Camille. There is a possibility of him doing that. And if that's the case, it could be a very easy 3-0 day for Kurdecha.
Well, if he learns that path, because I keep talking about it with Jerry, there's that one path.
Yeah, it's this way, getting Jerry this way, and then
with
he
shoulder
has
commitment, and then
yeah.
There's a
I
lot of
think
factors. There's a lot of factors.
There are.
I mean, you're talking about Jerry and Kredecha also at East versus West, which is bigger elbow pads. So now
with stricter calls. So
that's a big
I'm,
factor.
okay.
How far Jerry can come to the front of that corner of that pad for a press. That's an extra inch.
I think it's a lot about how brave is Alex feeling that day too, to have full shoulder commitment to meet Jerry in the center of the table like Hermes did.
I think Kredecha tries going over the top with them.
that would
I
be a
mean,
mistake.
if he's smart, I mean, Georgie did it. Georgie just wasn't smart enough to. I mean, Georgie was smart in the sense that he climbed, but he doesn't have access to a press like Kredecha does.
Yeah, and Kredecha's like 2 times the size of fucking Georgie too. What is
Yeah,
Kredecha, like 6'5"?
probably
Yeah,
yeah, every
at
bit of
least.
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
so imagine Kredecha with his lever bringing Jerry all the way to the, like when Jerry hits this
Yep.
way towards the corner and he comes all the way to the back of that pad, and that leverage he has,
Yeah.
then all he has to do is get a little bit center to turn into his own press.
Yeah, I'm saying I think that's why I give the slight edge in this match to Kredecha. It's just, I think Kredecha has access to lanes that can give Jerry potential issues, whereas some of the guys don't. You know what I mean? Like Hermes showed everybody this is how you do it if you want to get him and more. I mean, Machuchenko both did when they pulled plot pressers. Like if you want to beat a plot presser, here's your lane. This is what you have to do. You know, if you want to do it easy, I should say. But then you could also, I mean, you've seen Jerry lose to guys too, where they climb and climb and climb and transition to a press. John Brzezinski did it. Michael Todd's done it.
Someone
So,
just wrote in the chat that Kredecha's 6'8".
is he? Jesus Christ!
I know he's freaking tall.
I know. I don't
I
think
didn't-
he's just. I thought Vitali was 6'8" and he was a little shorter than
Yeah, I
Vitali.
thought he was like 6'6", but
Yeah.
still, like, I'm 6'4", and Kredecha is. I got to look up to him.
And he's as wide as a damn truck.
Yeah,
He is
a big dude.
He's
You know
very
that he
big.
played arena football in Europe.
You imagine lining up against that motherfucker? Good Lord.
You just say you win and walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just lay down. Just get out of the way.
Yeah.
But boys, I
So
gotta hop off. I'm at the parents' house camping for the 4th, so
cool, man. Good seeing you, 10.
What's
yeah. Sorry I was late.
fourth is important.
Yeah,
Little bit.
yeah, a little bit.
But
Tune into my Facebook on the night of 4th of July. You'll see the show we put on.
well, the other thing is we got
Okay.
Nathan over here that didn't pick a single American arm wrestler for this
He's
card.
from Texas, man. That's their own country.
No,
They don't count.
no,
They're not even part of
no.
the U.S. anymore.
No,
They're
I'm
their own
not from.
country.
I am not from Texas. I live in Texas. I'm from Missouri.
I get that. I'm not from Arizona. I live in Arizona,
I
which is still
live
the
in
part of the
Texas.
United States. You live out of the country in Texas. That's its own fucking country.
Texas is like, I thought Texas is where you went when you wanted to still be in America.
True.
Maybe I'm just, maybe I've just got too many European ties now and don't root. Just
In Nathan's
You have no
mind,
faith. You have
he's
no
already-
faith in your countrymen anymore.
he's already in Riga, Latvia, doing something. Yeah. Oh, on that note, guys, I'll jump off too. It's getting to be that time, and I got a busy day ahead. Hang on one sec.
Well, stay on for 2 seconds so I can tell you something after we get off.
Uh-oh.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Jody will be back next week, probably, if he's not a little bit too tired. And we'll talk about how I won the predictions, and Tim got second, and Nathan is the bottom of the barrel.
Once
On
again.
hind tit. Got it.
All right.
All right.